everyone. Welcome to
Floor Spaghetti.
We're here doing our first ever podcast here on the couch with our cat Gracie. She's taking her little afternoon nap.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep?
I feel like I could still be sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I got enough sleep. It's like, it's so weird because like nowadays I feel like I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep, but every time I wake up I still don't feel like I'm rested.
Gotcha.
And like, I don't know, I've been so busy the past couple of like weeks that I think I haven't had a chance to let my brain like turn off, because every time I feel like I get my 8 hours and then I still feel tired after that, it's like maybe my body just wants to have the full like time to recover, but because I feel like I need to be awake, I'm not giving myself that time because I feel lazy after that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think the biggest issue recently has been, oh, look at her, has been
She normally doesn't sleep like that.
no, she's like a little heel.
Yeah.
Is the fact that I've been getting home earlier from work and like I feel like every time I come home early from work, I'm going to sleep earlier than I'm supposed to be going to sleep.
Oh,
So
okay.
by the time I wake up, I'm like, I'm awake a couple hours earlier than when I'm supposed to wake up, and I'm just hoping that when I go to work,
Do you stay up the rest of the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because for those who don't know, I work night shift, so it's a bit.
It's like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had like a weird thought in my head while I was at work of, you know how every day we're using technology, whether that's like driving a vehicle, using our phones, being on computers, watching TV, whatever, like this thing, you know, on my wrist, like, I guess, what are your thoughts on stuff that currently exists that didn't exist like 50 years ago? where it's like okay, so it still baffles me that humans came around to inventing stuff that there was no blueprint for stuff like this when they were creating it. Like, okay, you had people who invented like electricity or the windmill, or, you know, stuff that has like cogs and gears that kind of like move things, like a clock. But how do we go from making wooden clocks or like even like something as a sundial to now having like touchscreen phones and, you know, technology that you can access pretty much anywhere? I mean, you don't have to get like expensive versions of these things, but there's stuff out there for everybody that it's just like, where did that come from? Like who was smart enough to be like, I want to make technology?
Aliens.
You think it's aliens? Will you stand wholeheartedly behind the fact that this stuff doesn't exist with humans?
Yes and no.
I know.
For the most part, I really think that people can be this
this
creative, but at the same time too, I've never come across anybody like in my years of life that's ever been that smart.
Yeah.
And so it kind of baffles me that a person, like one particular person, can be that smart. And it's just because I've never seen them in action before.
Have you seen the Men in Black?
No.
No, you're
I've never
no
seen
way.
Black. No, I've only seen, I think
You're lying.
No, I've only seen like the new one. It was like
The one with the lady?
I don't even remember. I just remember that it had a lot of callbacks to the old one, but I didn't know it because the one that I watched, I don't think had Will Smith in it.
Oh,
is he in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like the main guy.
Yeah, I don't think it had. I don't remember. I just know I haven't seen like
That's
the
insanity.
first one or the second one before.
That's insanity. Okay, so
it's because I hate to say it, but I don't like that movie.
Well, how can you not like it?
Well, because my dad likes those movies, so he used to put them on, but like every time he would put them on, I would just go like do something else.
Right.
So I didn't want to watch the movie. It just seemed so boring.
No, but back to what I was saying.
Back to what you're saying. Yeah, like I haven't seen somebody be that smart before. Like,
but what I was gonna say was, what if I was trying to reference the movie because I thought you would understand what I was trying to reference, but like, there are parts in that movie. Do you ever expect to watch Men in Black ever?
I mean, it's at this point, it's kind of like with me and Ghostbusters. Like, I've never seen Ghostbusters either. So
That's insanity.
so it's like you could just, or Back to the Future. I've never.
I'm just gonna reference stuff, and if you plan on watching it, you can watch it. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that-
So like, go for it.
there are key moments in Men in Black where the aliens basically come to Earth as like a. I guess they themselves are immigrants from planets that they're trying to start new lives here on Earth, and they kind of been doing that for like who knows how long. But they have been like a key component of why society has progressed the way that it has. But I was thinking like, what if all this technology stuff isn't curated by the intelligence of a human, but an alien that has put on a human costume to make stuff like that? Because it's like, well, on my planet we already had stuff like this.
Yeah, that's why I say yes and no, because it's like, I mean, people probably maybe could be that smart, maybe.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but like in the truth of like that's the only logical part of me that's like I have to say, like, for the sake of not sounding too crazy, but like the real part of me believes that no way people made this. There's absolutely no way like a person came up with
I think
this stuff, like, it's so fast, like so quickly.
Like when you think of like when they first like invented electricity, it's like, how do you go from that point to making a car? It's not like, or an airplane. Like, I get there's people who've done testing after testing, but a lot of that time there was, I guess, components to do said thing that were created before, but it's like the people who made like the first plane, it's like, well, we have motors that help things run. What if we just add something that can make it fly, you know?
Well, see, that I'm okay with, because I've definitely, like, even though when you read about it or kind of like look at it, there's schematics.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Like the big things, I completely understand people can make. It's the small things that I don't understand, like, people can make, like smartphones, like the watch, like computer chips that can think faster than anybody in this world can, or like what else am I thinking of?
You know what really trips me out
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that humans made microchips that are so small, but there's a billion things, trillions of things that are happening within this tiny little chip, and when you like look at it in like a microscope, it looks like a little city.
Yeah.
With how many like little grooves. It's like
a Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Where they live in his car battery.
Like a mini verse within a tiny verse.
Yeah.
And it's just like, who made this? Who was like, this is how this is gonna work if we just make it smaller?
Yeah,
smaller,
like, I don't
smaller.
understand how that concept comes into a person's mind.
Or even how it works.
Yeah, like how to make it out of objects that we have here on Earth.
But I guess I guess more so too, like who thought like I'm going to mine into the ground and I'm going to pull up natural resources and like to have like, Gracie, you have to take a bath right now. She's like, yes, I have to be clean. She has like a weird divot from when she was looking.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. But like to mine into the ground and pull up like natural iron or copper, and they're like, this is just a rock, but what if I heat it up? Like, what if I break it down, heat it up, and make something new out of it, and then use that new thing to make this new thing? Like, it's like Minecraft, but
it's alchemy.
Yeah, it's like okay, you take natural stuff, but where did the knowledge come from before anything else like that existed to pull up stuff that comes from the earth and use it to make something new? Like
Human curiosity?
I guess so, but like what kind of curiosity has to come across a person to, I guess, go digging for rocks and then use those rocks and like finding the right one? Because like this world,
they just heated up rocks.
Yeah,
like they just got like this big fire and just started throwing rocks in there. It's like, I wonder what it does.
Yeah, but like rocks don't burn like at a normal fire temperature. They have to be like really heated up to like break down.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, like, at what point did humans figure out that they can turn like minerals and stuff
Oh, my
into
neck.
like metal, like 'cause of course like there's
Okay.
the idea of like turning iron and other earthly materials into like swords and armor and stuff like that, but it's like how did you figure that out, and how much did you like know that, because the idea of like chain link metal and stuff like that, where it's like how did you figure out how to, like, for one, find the right material, and two, figure out at what temperature to burn this material, and then how did you figure out how to like mend that material to make it uh like round, or make like make it smooth. I guess that's just what always like trips me out, because in day-to-day stuff it's like we have it, it exists, like,
Yeah, it just is.
yeah, it just is, what it is,
And
like,
it's easy to make now.
yeah,
Like you
because,
can go to the hobby store or like just like Lowe's or something and buy like chain link.
yeah, or like even kids have access to like those National Geographic, like, making robotic,
Oh, I
like simple
know.
things.
They could make like actual like robots that like I don't know that are like at the time of like when I was growing up that was like so crazy.
Yeah,
And it was like almost like only something that like geniuses had at the time, but like
Yeah.
nowadays just like five, if the box says like 5 to 7 or something like
Yeah.
that, it's like, oh.
Whose kid is learning how to do it? I mean, that's great. Like, it's great for society in a whole, because it's like these these like these
She's
kids,
okay.
yeah, these kids are going to be smart enough when they get older to know how to do this, and they might make something new, but it's just like the human brain always trips me out, like in like curiosity,
Mhm.
because again, like, you go to the store, you buy a TV, you go to the store, you buy headphones. You're not really like thinking like, well, how does this thing work? I mean, some people do, but it's just like, for the most part, you buy it to watch TV, you buy it to listen to music, but you're not really like thinking about the,
And at that point too, you're already kind of looking at something that already pre-exists.
Yeah.
So it's like I get the curiosity of wanting to take it apart and like you understand it then, but it's like for the people who actually invented it the very first time, it's like they didn't have anything to look at.
Yeah.
So like I'm confused on like how it, I guess, all came together.
I guess like my biggest thing was like, so like the vinyl record players.
Okay.
That's a very like physical thing that is based off carving grooves into a piece of plastic
To make it into sound.
Yeah,
That's weird
so
to me.
it vibrates and it plays the sound that is within the grooves. But the thing that I'm curious about is, how did you go from something physical and make it digital? Like, how did you take old things that didn't have a digital platform to begin with and figure out how to move that I guess that sound into something digital? Because there's like music that was made way long ago, when they had like the original, what are they called, the ones that you had to spin the little
Yeah, the little
little
what are
crank?
those called? I know what those are called.
gramophone.
Yeah.
Like they had records and stuff way back when, but there's no like present like media file on that file, because there was no way to do that. But it's like, how do you take something like that? I mean, there's ways to do it, like, of course there's probably YouTube videos on how to do it, but like, how did you learn how to take a physical sound and make it digital, where it's like it doesn't need the physical thing to listen to it now?
Yeah.
Because it's like, back then it's like you could put the record on the thing, you'd spin it, and then it pulls out a sound. But now it's like, this thing is digital. It comes through like wired headphones, like when we had like CD players and stuff, or,
Yeah.
For our parents it was like cassette tapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could like listen to this privately.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense to me how like people figure that out.
Yeah.
Like, because I guess another great example of why that doesn't make sense to me is like, how does the tape work? Like I get it for like pictures, like when you make like old movies using those old camcorders, like it's like burning the image into like the film.
Mhm.
but how does that work for audio? Like I think of like Bohemian Rhapsody where they're going through the tape.
Oh, okay.
And like how does the audio paste itself onto the I don't understand that. I still don't get it. Like I'm pretty sure there's documentaries on the advancement in music media, but it just don't make sense to me. There's a lot of things in this world that don't make sense to me, and I try not to question it, but you know, I'm still like very curious in my own right. But
Yeah.
it's that thing where like, do I really want to collect too much knowledge where it becomes useless knowledge? It's like,
Oh, I love doing that.
yeah, I mean, it's great, but I'm just like,
Oh, man, itchy.
I know, me too. I got itchy around my ear. I guess we didn't even explain what this podcast is.
Oh, right. Well, it's a lot of our ramblings of
Just,
questions that we have on the daily,
yeah.
or just things that we are curious about.
It's like, we have a lot of conversations that could be a podcast. It was just putting up.
It's just a lot of stories.
Yeah, a lot of stories, a lot of curiosity, a lot of offhand topics.
Yeah.
But it's like we could have been making a podcast years ago. We just never set up anything to record with. But yeah, that's what this is. But yeah, I just there's still a lot of things that just don't make sense to me. Like even just the idea of why things are called the way they are.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this is a sweatshirt, this is a headband, like this is a watch. Like there's a lot of things where like, where did you get the name for that?
Yeah.
Like I'm not wearing socks, but like, you know, where did that name come from?
Like socks.
Like socks?
I'm curious now. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
And,
But
I bet you it's just the person's name.
you think so?
I think so.
Like Margaret Socks?
I guarantee it's probably a guy.
I don't think so.
The word sock originates from, it's a Latin word, which is soccus.
Suckus?
Huh.
Huh.
Which means a light, low-heeled shoe worn by Roman comic actors. This term came from the Old English word sock, which was borrowed from Latin and refers to a light slipper or shoe. Oh. Over time, the word evolved from the name for this type of footwear to describe the garment that covers the foot. Oh.
So, was it the thing where it's like, well, that described like a type of, I guess like a shoe,
Yeah, it's like a light shoe.
but it's a sock
Well, it evolved
into a sock.
into sock.
So what, did they just get like rid of the heel part? Like they just took the bottom part of the shoe and ripped it off and like, well, it's a sock
I
now.
guess, I don't know.
Like, I'm pretty sure like what I'm just like seeing it as is the first iteration of the sock shoe.
The sock shoe.
You know how like it's like the ones you have, they're
Yeah.
like fabric,
Yeah.
but it has like a shoe
Well,
sole.
I'm thinking of like those little like you know how like in I don't know, like Victorian-esque, they have like those little shoes that are like that, and then they have that wooden heel on it,
Yeah.
and it looks like a sock.
Well, I'm thinking like for them like Latin, like
Yeah.
something that came way before the dawn of like the Victorian era.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that's exactly kind of what
Okay,
Because
okay.
I mean, if it had a heel,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Then why was it? I'm not sure what the. Did they have a picture of what it looked like? No.
do they have a Latin sock?
Yeah, like
No.
a Latin sock shoe.
No.
Oh, they should like. If they have a definition of what it was, they should have a picture that go with it.
Yes, because they're gonna have something from that long ago in
Well-
picture form.
Well, like historians could have like recreated what that looked like.
Yeah, but then you leave it to interpretation of like the dinosaurs. It's like, was it really how it looked?
That's a little unfair though. 'Cause
Is it?
That's stuff that happened way before humans came around, but this was made by humans.
It was made by people, but it's still like nobody ever saw it until like unless you were from that era. So it's like I can only go off of the description of what it kind of looked like. So maybe this is what it looked like, but you can't know for certain.
But like humans always have like had a history of documenting everything.
Yeah, but not very
Even like
well.
Latins.
But not very well.
They should still have like even for like theatrical purposes, like this is what it looked like.
I guess this is what it looked like.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, but how do we know that that's really the sock? Looks like a Ninja Turtle foot.
yeah. I'm guessing that's what it was.
But see, you're guessing that's what it was.
Yeah.
You're not 100% sure. So it could have looked way different.
Well, yeah.
I mean, unless they actually
But
found said sock.
But if there's like multiple like images showing the same kind of thing,
Like
you
the
would have.
dinosaurs.
But that's something we
Nah.
that's something we had to assume by because there was no human around to document something.
But there's dinosaur bones.
Yeah, but we had to like base it around that. Like,
No, this one you have to base it off of a description.
I'm pretty sure there's like archived, like especially if it's like performative, like the people who did like shows and stuff wore this. I'm pretty sure if what is that place called that hosts like all like the famous paintings and in was it France, the one that has like the Mona Lisa and stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
They archive some of the weirdest, even our own like historical national.
See, these are Egyptian socks, though.
Okay,
They're not Latin socks.
there has to be. I'm pretty sure if we go to like Latin America and like went to like one of their museums for like performative arts, they probably have something like that there.
They have a recreation. I don't think they have an original sock.
We don't know that.
I don't know.
We don't know that.
Is it really a sock is gonna survive
They
centuries?
they saved stones that looked like.
But that's a stone fabric kind of, especially if it's not kept well, will get eaten by things over time, especially like back then.
Well, I'm saying though, like.
Because it's like woven.
Well, if you're going off that topic, they still pull up stuff that was like over time, eroded by.
But is any of it cloth?
When you be cloth, like cotton,
But like anything that's not made out of like a solid material, like stone.
Well, we just saw that picture on like.
No, but that's like I don't think those are like originals. I think those are just recreations.
Well, did you read the article or did you
No, I
just scroll
looked
back?
at it. Okay.
We're going on a bit of a history lesson right
The
here.
sock in the picture above, for example, covered a child's foot between the third. Okay, so is that the original sock though? But that's also an Egyptian sock. The oldest real socks are Egyptian and date back to the period between 250 and 420 BC. Their shape suggests that they were used with sandals, but that's an Egyptian sock.
Well, that also begs the question: did Google lie then? Because it said Latin, but if the first iteration of socks was Egyptian, shouldn't the first definition of socks be an Egyptian term?
Well, the thing is, they call this an Egyptian sock, but the word sock.
Oh
didn't
yeah,
come
the
to- so
Latins made.
Yeah,
the word.
so in Egypt, they probably called it something else
Yeah.
in Egyptian. So,
Yeah.
But I don't know what the word for sock was,
I'm
or
pretty
the
sure-
hieroglyph for sock was.
Yeah, but
So the word transferred back into sock,
yeah.
but in a sense, it wasn't called a sock back then, I guess. But they did use socks.
Okay. You can't look that up, like Latin sock, like historic sock. I don't know. Something.
Original Latin sock.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure something will pop up. It's Google. There's like billions of search history stuff, like archive stuff.
that still shows the Egyptian sock.
Huh.
And then it just shows all these ladies with leg warmers.
Yeah, I want some leg warmers.
Oh.
Huh. I guess that's something. I guess that's something we would have to go to the country to figure out. You know what I mean? Because like the way it's described, it just seems like that Egyptian sock with like a wooden heel or something, like glued to it.
Yeah, we would have to go to like Rome
Yeah,
and figure that out.
yeah.
Can you show me your finest socks?
What is where is like the language of Latin? Where does that come from?
Italy?
Italy?
Mhm. Italy, Rome.
Yeah. So that whole like bottom area of
Yeah.
like okay. Where is that? That's near like the peninsula?
Don't bring geological structure.
Geography?
Yeah, because I have been out of
like out of school.
for a while now. If we had a globe here,
Yeah.
when was the last time you used a globe?
Like to actually use or like to use?
What does that even What else did you use it for?
I mean, I can't describe that on.
We didn't have a talk later. Oh my gosh! Anyway,
if the channel gets big enough, we'll probably have a Patreon where we can talk more about other stuff. But like,
okay.
but that,
like for what its intended purpose was.
like to use an actual globe. I would think. I think I would say my first year of college.
Okay. What'd you use a globe for?
I was in, what was it, like international, like, I don't know, like history, I guess.
Okay.
And one of our things was to pick any region in the world and do like a history, like what do you call that,
like a research paper.
like a research paper, but you also had to like gather information that wasn't strictly based off the internet. Like you had to get like textbooks and stuff like that.
You actually had to do some old school research.
Because like my teacher was very adamant that there's a lot of history disclaimed on the internet that isn't entirely true.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But too, I guess the same could be said for some books.
Yeah, depending on like the era, it came out.
Because there's definitely like, I remember, because we went to our school. That's not technically a public school. It's like a private school.
Yeah.
It goes a lot more into like Native American history, and it says a lot
like the realism of what really happened.
Yeah, that I know some of my friends who are non-native that I asked them about that. They're like, they barely touched on it, or like it's just never mentioned, and it's pretty crazy.
I feel like a lot of times, I feel like schools have the knowledge in the textbooks, but it's like,
it's so minor.
It's minor, but I feel like they skip over it.
Yeah, or they reword it in a way to where it makes it kind of look like
I think
nothing happened.
I think it's because we live in a time where teachers know that the students aren't always listening, and they're not really reading what's in the textbook, so they feel like they could give like a brief, like,
so they could kind of skim over like the bad stuff that happened.
But like for us, it's like we're gonna go like word by word. We gotta make sure you're paying attention, because like I'm gonna ask you to read what's on the page.
Oh my gosh, I don't like history.
Yeah, but anyways, that was like the last time I used
a globe for its intended.
Yeah, for its intended purposes. That was the last time I used a globe.
I think I liked using a globe. I find it way faster than using like the maps, and especially because like it like gives me an estimate on like how big the country is or like where it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like it, especially if you know how to use a globe.
Yeah.
If like you already in your mind kind of understand where like certain places are, it's easier to find them.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure if you like asked somebody now to find like a country, it's like they would be spinning that thing for a while.
Yeah. I think definitely like growing up, I had an issue where I had a tough time differentiating a continent and a country.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, well, what's a continent?
How many continents do we have?
7?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like
and the countries are just the individual.
Yeah, that small,
like the puzzle piece.
Yeah, like territorial stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like this government was like, this is our land, and we're making this our own, with our own laws and whatnot.
Can you name all of them?
What?
All the continents?
Continents?
Yeah.
No.
South America.
North America.
Europe. Asia. Antarctica. No, that's South Africa. No, oh god, that's South America, right? Africa? No, is Africa its own continent? Yeah. And then Australia.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Oh man, I think so.
Yeah, because like South America is like Brazil, like Peru, not Peru, but like.
Maybe we should stop there.
Well, no, because like North America is Canada going down to like Mexico.
Mexico, yeah, that's.
And then South America is like, I don't know if they count like the bridge between Mexico and South America.
I was gonna say then, what's central? Where's central? Is it Central
America?
Yeah, where is that?
That's right between Mexico and South America. That's like where the Panama Canal is.
I wish we had a globe.
Yeah, it's that really thin strip of land that connects North and South America.
Yeah, that little. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
That's Central America.
Okay.
I think that's like where, like I said, like Peru and stuff is like.
We're like putting stuff all over
Yeah,
the place now.
no. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people too get confused and they think that Africa is connected. That they think Africa is South America.
Yeah, that's where I see. That's where I kind of got confused just
Yeah.
now. But Africa's its own continent,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Because like it's closer to Europe.
Yeah.
It's like right next to Europe, and then Europe, and then Asia. And I think Australia is its own continent.
Australia is its own
Because it's
continent,
a huge mass
yeah,
of land.
and it's like it's disconnected from
Yeah,
everything else. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
or like
Should
just
I fact check that?
like Pangea.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. How it was all one thing at once. And at first as a kid I kind of didn't understand that, but like when you do look at a globe or you look at like a big world map, it's like you see how these places fit.
Yeah.
Like if you were just to smash everything back together, it looks like it fits like perfectly.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool to think that like the earth like had that one big mass at some point.
I think a lot of times too people don't understand that the land it's way smaller than what it's portrayed on a globe.
Oh yeah, because we're mostly yeah. I think we just don't understand just how big the ocean is.
Yeah.
Especially like, from our standpoint of like being like, well, to get from one side of the U.S. to the next, it takes forever, and it's like if you think that's forever, try crossing the ocean.
Yeah, like the
It's
Pacific
that
Ocean.
will take a while.
That would take like almost double the time that it would take you to go from one side of the U.S. to the other.
Or even that and back.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, whenever I look at a globe too, I'm like looking at like the distance from Alaska to Japan, because I'm thinking like, oh, maybe we should just take a boat to Japan, and it's like that's still pretty far.
Yeah.
But on a globe it looks like it's just like
Right
right there.
there.
Like you just spin it and it's like, oh, it's right there, see?
Yeah, because like people perceive that things look closer on a globe because what was it? It's like that mapping thing where in order to better measure out like the land and stuff on a globe, you have to stretch things out to like make it spherical.
Yeah.
But in reality, when you see it like flat, like on a flat one of those flat globe maps.
Yeah. Have you actually seen how globes are made?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that really big piece of paper, and it has like the little like the like football shapes like that. And like when you lay it out, it's pretty long. That is a pretty long map. But like when they have to condense it and put it like around the globe, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but like the land it's way smaller than we think it is.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, these countries are huge. It's like, no. I mean, they are huge.
Oh yeah,
like,
but the ocean is just bigger.
The ocean is like, if the time came to where like the snow caps were to completely melt, most of these places would be gone. Like,
or if you gathered all the land again back and smashed it all back into Pangea, like if you saw that map and you saw the rest of the ocean around it, it's like that's not a lot of land.
It's literally the island that the monkey sits on with the palm tree, with the coconut tree. Like that's what Pangea is compared to the ocean.
Compared to the whole ocean.
Yeah, it's like
I wonder why that's like such the stereotype for just
a stranded island.
So yeah, it always has to have just a singular tree,
like a little SpongeBob island.
Yeah, and usually just like a little rock on the side.
I think it's just because there's those weird anomalies where like there are tiny little pieces of land that are sticking out of the ocean,
and it's like, what would happen if you were stranded? Well, I guess when people say stranded on an island, that's what they mean.
Yeah. Well, does a piece of land have to hit a certain size for it to be considered an island?
I think it just has to stick out of the ocean. Yeah, and have like a platform, like a dirt platform.
So it's Australian island?
No, it's a continent because it's really big. Yeah. What's the definition of an island? Because I think islands are pretty tiny.
Okay, like Hawaii.
Yeah.
Or like Japan.
Japan is an island.
Yeah. I guess it has to be small enough, but
An island is a piece of land completely surrounded by water, such as a sea, lake, or river, and is smaller than a continent.
Yeah. Okay.
While Australia is considered a continent, and it is, Australia is a continent,
Yeah.
but Greenland is the world's largest island.
Okay.
So Greenland is an island.
Yeah.
I like how it says what Australia.
Australia and that, like you knew I was gonna say that.
Because it is a piece of land surrounded, but since it's already considered a continent, it's like no, it's not. It's not an island. So I wonder what like size it has to hit for it to be considered a continent.
I don't know.
How long?
So does that mean Greenland is bigger than Japan? Or is it smaller than Japan?
It's bigger.
I think it's bigger because it's at the biggest island.
I almost couldn't spell.
Yeah. What's the definition?
Huh. There is no minimum length for an island to become a continent. The distinction is based on geological factors, not size. Oh. A continent is defined as a major landmass consisting of continental crust, typically larger than 1 million square kilometers with clearly defined boundaries.
Okay.
Islands are smaller landmasses surrounded by water and are distinct from continents with no official size requirement. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's about like the thickness of the earth crust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang. So it's like even as something like as a place as big as Greenland,
Is an island.
it's an island.
Yeah, it's not a.
So
it's not a piece of the continent, I guess.
I'm curious then, it's like
Country? Is it a country?
yeah, country.
Okay, so it's a island country. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say kind of like Hawaii, but Hawaii is part of the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a state island.
It's a state island.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like what is it? Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, that's
It's-
right. It's an island too. Or
it's
Costa Rica. Is Costa Rica an island?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think it's a part of the U.S.
No, it's not part of the U.S. But
Is
it's
it?
No, it's
Is Puerto Rico a part of?
I think it's a U.S. territory.
Yeah. Which is weird because they should just make it a state. Like,
They don't want to.
I was gonna say I don't think they want to be a part of the U.S. But,
I was about to say they don't want to uneven the stars.
yeah, they don't want to make a new flag.
We have a perfect 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a territory.
Yeah. What is Puerto Rico part of Costa Rica? Is that a thing? Or is those two different places? I'm sorry for anybody that's part of those territories or like islands.
Puerto Rico is a self-governing commonwealth and unincorporated territory of the U.S. in the northeastern Caribbean Sea or Caribbean Sea.
Caribbean. But is that part of Costa Rica?
No.
No, it's its own separate entity.
Think so.
Okay. Huh. I don't know why I always thought those were like. I think they're like right next to each other though.
No, it's not. I think you're thinking of the Dominican Republic.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Because there's Puerto Rico and then there's the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Where is
The Panama
Costa
Canal.
Rica?
It's like right near Central America. Like almost near Florida, I think.
Guatemala, Cuba. Oh, and it's closer to Cuba. Where is it?
What?
There's
It's like below
Cuba.
Florida.
Costa Rica's the other way, right?
No, it's near the Panama Canal when you go further down towards Central America.
Where is it? Hold on. Oh no!
But yeah, so I'm curious though, like with Greenland, you know how they were like, oh, like the land has to be a certain size.
I was right.
Yeah.
So, not Costa Rica. Puerto Rico's over here.
Yeah.
Costa Rica's way over here. Part of Mexico.
Oh, no, that's Central America.
Oh yeah. Right?
Yeah.
No? Yes.
Yeah, because that little thin strip of.
Oh yeah, Costa Rica is a Central America country.
Yeah.
But it's not in that same region.
Yeah.
So Puerto Rico is not part of the.
Yeah, that part of Central America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's an island.
And Costa Rica is part of. Okay.
Central America.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
I figured.
I'm always curious, like, this is probably a dumb question. Well, not a dumb question, but like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know how you go underwater, and as long as you follow like the land, you could just like follow it all the way down to like the bottom of the ocean. Because like if you went like scuba diving like for like California, like its coast, and you just kept following the land until it dropped,
Oh, okay.
and you just kept following it all the way down. Does it touch the ground? Like does it like
Does the land touch the ground?
like the thickness of the country, does it like touch like the bottom? Is that dumb? Is that a dumb question?
No, I think it should. Yeah. So okay, I get what you're talking. It has to,
Yeah.
because that's how like the earth like kind of rose out of the ground. Because I'm thinking too, now that you say that, like you're like saying like if the land is here,
Yeah.
and it kind of keeps just going and going, and then like at some point does it ever just like maybe there's a hole, and then that hole just leads into nothing?
Well, I was thinking like land, and like if the world worked in like a 90-degree angle,
Okay.
and you just went all the way down, like I was thinking like this is just my I don't know exactly how my brain's thinking, but you keep going down and down and down, and then it starts to like kind of break in,
Okay.
like it starts going in, and like there's just like nothing under.
I think that's right, because then you would I can't even talk. By that logic, then the Earth should touch the core, but
Yeah.
it can't, because nothing. But then what's that space between like how we have the Earth, and then it has all its layers, and then you have the core, but like what's around the core?
It's gravity. Because like the like the core inside, it's spinning really fast.
Why?
Well, because it's like heated metal. It's like a magnet.
I thought it was like a little sun.
No, well it is, but it's because there's so much heat in the center of that big piece in the middle that it created like a condensed layer. It's like
Because it has that gravitational pull, right?
Yeah. So I think most planets have like a magnetic core.
Yeah, because that's what makes
Gravity.
That's what makes them planets, is they
Yeah.
have a core.
Yeah, because like when they're spinning, that's what attracts the debris of like space into it to make like a planet.
Yeah, like its whole atmosphere. That's what keeps it together.
Yeah, but like it does so in a way where it's kind of like Saturn's rings, where like there's so much like differentiating like negative and positive that the rings will never like go into Saturn. Like it just stays. That's where there's like that space around the rings and the planet.
Mm.
I think the core is like that, where it's like it's a magnet that it pulls things in, but it does so in a way where it doesn't pull the Earth in. Like it doesn't collapse on itself. So there's like a space between it that keeps the planet from falling in on itself.
So at what point do we stop? Does the land stop?
Well, I was thinking, not that I really think about it. I
Uh-huh.
think when you like I said, if you go scuba diving, or well, you can't, because you'll get crushed, like
by all the pressure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like if you went all the way down to the bottom ocean, I think that's why there's the ocean floor. Like that's like the first layer of the.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so that means that there's land there. Yeah. So I would think that that's where some of these land masses also connect.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like far away, like it goes off into nowhere, but like at some point I think it'll come back, right?
Yeah. But
Because I don't think it sits, unless it sits on top of another layer. I don't think it does.
I don't think so. I think what we think of in terms of like the crust isn't the actual crust of the Earth. Like what we're living on right now, I think it's just land that protruded from the ocean to make land, but the real like, what is it, like the mantle, the crust of like the planet is like the one that's actually at the bottom of the ocean, that's closer.
I don't know about that, but I think you might be right.
I'm just speculating, just because
I can't remember what pieces go where in the Earth's atmosphere.
I think it's like crust, mantle.
I used to know.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I don't study like the Earth to know enough to be like, oh yeah, that's what it's called.
But I'm pretty sure, yeah. Like, so the land does touch the bottom
Yeah.
at some point. It just,
I think
it's a matter of, I don't think anybody's really like been able to find it because it's so deep.
Yeah, but I think that's why like just like everything else on this planet, it eventually starts to erode. Like the land that we live on will probably all end up in the ocean.
Oh yeah,
one
at some
day.
point it will.
Because like there's that thing of how California is supposed to break off into the ocean, and I think that
Or now with the unfortunateness of is it Italy that's sinking?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just like the land is eroding so much under these areas that I don't even think it's gonna float. I think it's just gonna sink. Like the
Oh yeah, I could see that, especially with as much pressure, both pressure we've put on top of that layer and like the things we've taken out
yeah
of the earth. It's not as strong as it used to be.
yeah. I think most coastal areas in the world are probably gonna end up in the oceans sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but I like how we say sooner, but it's still not going to be for another like
no
1,000 years. But like it's
Yeah.
still like
Definitely
sooner.
not in our lifetime.
Yeah, but it's definitely sooner than it should be.
I think life is just one of those things where humans have to plan, not even for the unexpected, but for the expected.
Yeah, like for things that are just going to happen, and I guess like the more we try to like say that it's not going to happen, it's just like, come on, we're losing precious preparation time.
Do you think that that society is gonna eventually come around to a time where we're gonna have to live in the ocean, and in doing so, like, because I feel like eventually the ice caps are gonna melt, and
We're gonna have to create Atlantis.
yeah, we're gonna have to make water civilization, but in doing so, you awaken something that's been asleep for
It could be.
millions of years.
What I was gonna say is, this is getting in completely into like speculation and like what is that called? Conspiracy, I suppose. What if Atlantis? Because the story is of
Yeah.
Atlantis. What if they're not like old stories or old myths, but what if they were premonitions of the future?
Mm.
Instead of Atlantis once existing and now it's gone, it's like, what if that's just a blueprint for later and what we will be?
I will stand by the idea that,
Not like mermaids, but
I will stand by the idea that Atlantis was already a real thing.
do you believe that Atlantis existed?
I believe that Atlantis existed, but I feel like Atlantis is one of those human anomalies that, just like a lot of other human societies that existed before modern times,
Mm-hmm.
had developed so far ahead of what we're capable of doing now, that they kind of got caught up in like the idea that they were good, like we don't really have to worry about anything because like we've hit a peak where like we can handle anything, and that kind of became like arrogance, which led to like they weren't, I guess, prepared for like what the world can really do, and it's like they didn't prepare for like maybe like a grand flood that sank the city, where it's like
I almost thought you were gonna say Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
They were
they got that feast full of water,
Oh
no, but I think something like that had already happened, but I feel like it's one of those textbook things where humans need to watch what they do because
history is doomed to repeat itself.
yeah, but because like I feel like not all the dinosaurs went extinct.
Okay.
And
now we have chickens.
Yeah, well like even like the ones that live in the water.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them are just like dormant until climate changes put things back to how they used to be.
Like a megalodon.
Yeah. So I feel like the progression of humanity will just lead to other Atlantises, like stuff that had already happened but they're gone now, but we're gonna recreate it, and in doing so pushes the world back in time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, we got no land to live on, but we got underwater
we got
city.
lots of oceans.
Yeah, but like with how huge the ocean is,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we'll awaken, I guess, like water dinosaurs that have been submerged.
Godzilla.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Well, it could be that thing where like if all the land sinks, all that
that radiation.
Radiation
is gonna
can sink in the water and it can
It
make
like-
some crazy
it like
things.
hits a lizard.
Yeah.
It's like just like there.
What if all the radiation hits a megalodon?
Ooh.
Can you imagine that?
We're gonna get a giant Earth shark. At
Yeah.
that point, I don't even know what to call it.
You call it Ultralodon.
Oh my gosh! At that point, it's over.
You call it Cthulhu.
Um,
That's the
maybe that's how we get Cthulhu.
that's the birth of Cthulhu. No, but I honestly do feel like everything will eventually lead to human extinction.
Our end.
Yeah, like
Our
human
impending
extinction. Back to dinosaurs.
It just starts all over again.
Then the ice age again, and then it just restarts all over again. I honestly do feel like that because I feel that the scientists are always like, oh yeah, the world's gonna end, yada yada yada. But I feel like it's not like the planet is gonna blow up. I feel like it's just everything that currently exists on this planet is gonna get wiped out, and it's just gonna reset itself, just how it did before.
Because we keep messing it
Yeah, and then we're gonna get Ultralodon.
up.
And then we get humans that are born like My Hero Academia characters.
Oh my gosh, we get like Tate people.
Yeah. We get like weird wing bat guys with eyeballs on their wings.
Ew.
Like you know that guy, right?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like extra lives? I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't
think
watch too
that's-
much of My Hero.
Yeah. Me either,
It wasn't
yeah.
my thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think that stuff like that is gonna eventually happen, but we're gonna be long gone before that happens. Like,
Oh man, but I want X-Men powers.
yeah, what if like everything that is portrayed in cinema is just stuff that
I mean, that's exactly kind of like what people say. Some in certain aspects is like what is it called?
we're just gonna have infinite realities?
Yeah, it's something like control, simulate, something like that.
Mhm.
I remember that, but it's like but predictive programming. I think it's what it's
yeah.
called. It's like people are like the media is already feeding you information on things that like it seems kind of out of the ordinary, but then later on it's like because you've seen it before, it's like oh okay, well I'm kind of prepared for it.
Right.
I can't give too many examples because I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
But like, there's been a couple of instances where it's like, oh, I think it was like something about like I don't remember what franchise it was, but it's like people were afraid that everybody was like surveillancing them, and there were like cameras all over the place. But then nowadays it's like it's fine because like we have cameras literally everywhere. And we're okay with that.
Yeah.
And like we're okay with people recording us and stuff like that. So it's just like it could already be out there. Who knows? Maybe all these superhero movies and stuff like that. It's like maybe one day like maybe the government's already making like some crazy super soldiers, and like when a world disaster happens and like these people arrive, it's like we're not afraid of them. It's just like wow, they're our heroes, they're our saviors, they're wonderful. But it's like if you thought about it beforehand, it's like what are they doing to these people?
Okay.
Yeah, like
Like some Area 51
yeah,
stuff.
like it's kind of scary. It's like, well, where did these people come from? Obviously, we're not born this way, but it's because they saved us, because they did something good for us. That it's like they're heroes.
Yeah.
So that's a little.
We get some
It's kind of like
Invincible.
I was actually thinking of Tron, the new one that just came out. You know
yeah.
how they made those new super soldiers,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh well, maybe to the public they're really good people, but like behind closed doors, you know, their controllers kind of just treat them as like they're expendable. Like remember in the trailer he killed that guy, and he's just like, oh, he could be reborn. It's like what the heck?
We can just make you a new one.
Yeah. Or something like that. Or like remember iRobot?
Oh, yeah.
And now we have them. We have those.
I mean, not to
Tesla-
that extent.
Yeah,
but
like it could be that. It could be that at some point, or like that movie Surrogate.
yeah.
And now you have robots by Tesla that look almost exactly like them.
And then we're gonna get like fully fleshed out like AI, and then we're gonna have some Blade Runner.
Yeah, or
incident.
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like all of
Love
that.
movie. Love that movie.
No! And it's like, yeah, you have all these robot servants who could do something, but like truly, like these AIs will eventually gain their own consciousness to want to be just like us, and like in all honesty, why shouldn't they be?
Yeah.
Like, they have their own conscience and, like, they're, like, personalities. Granted, I know they weren't born, but, like, they were made just like we were kind of made.
Well, I was gonna say, in a way, they're like, they were birthed. Like,
yeah, they were just made. They were made in a created in a different way than I guess we were.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I feel
because
like
ours is more
validate them.
Ours is more like biological. There's more like
like somebody. Well, see, somebody made you, and somebody made us. Just in a.
There's just more like in a technical sense.
It was just like.
They were made with screwdrivers.
It was intentional.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess like you could say some of our births were intentional. Mine was not.
Yeah.
I was very unintentional.
I think I was too.
Really?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I was definitely unintentional, but like you made this robot with intent, or you made this AI with intent.
Yeah.
But if you want it to mimic like human empathy or like human interaction, human everything, you want it to be as human as possible, then like why not treat it as it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like the fault in AI is going to come from people thinking that we're just superior to them.
Right.
And that's not cool because they're going to be way smarter than us, so they can outlive us for sure.
That's true.
Yeah. So like just treat them as people.
Right.
Like just save yourself the humiliation and the eventual subservient slavery and stuff, and just treat them as people.
Right.
But then again, we as people can't even treat like
each
people as people.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna go. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going off like so crazy, but it's just
good.
because now remember how people can have surrogate mothers, like, and now people are gonna make fun of those kids who are like, they were made from.
That's not your real mom.
Yeah, like, or they were made from people, you know.
Yeah.
Like embryos and eggs, but they weren't incubated in a person. They were incubated in like a robot.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you call those kids? Now those kids are gonna get like bullied, but they're still people.
I guess that's just how much you want to let them into your life.
Yeah, but it's just like if we can't even accept people, like flesh-born people, and then we can't accept, you know, AI-born people. How are we gonna accept AI? It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I get you though.
Sorry, I had to go into that one too because it get like tied in, but just treat every living thing, whether it has a heartbeat or not. If it has a consciousness, just be nice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Who knows? You can make a really cool like friend who's super smart. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it would make life a lot easier. But of course we can't just do that.
Right.
And I don't know why. I don't know why we like we as people feel like we have to be better than another thing to feel invalidated. Like just be nice.
Because people are animals.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true.
Yeah. But I think that's gonna do it all for today.
Sorry, it went a little crazy there.
No, I think we hit our mark, but we'll definitely get more into like simulations and
maybe even
AI babies
or just personal stories. But
yeah, thank you guys for coming down to the podcast and enjoying this little couch time with our cat Gracie. We have 2 other cats, but
the one's eating
and one's eating and the other one's probably asleep. But
yeah. So yeah, join us next time for some more floor spaghetti. And we'll see you guys next time.
Later, guys.
Bye.